Ah, there he is. There's the boy. And there we go. Woo. All right, it's a hot spring day. I mean, it's literally gonna get probably like 91 degrees today. But look at this. Huh? The Aquascape pond for Tony is working again. My friend Trevor over at Aquascape helped me out. He figured out what was going on with the pump and with the pump controller and sent me over some new stuff, and it's running perfectly. I'm so stoked. I'm so happy. This pond is coming back to life. Tony's been out of it during probably winter and early spring. I moved him out and moved him to a stock tank while this wasn't running. Moved some cooters in here, got this running, and then had to get them all back out. So everything's out of here and it's ready to put Tony back into his own pond, and I couldn't be more stoked. I just now gotta go get him. It makes me just so happy to see spring in full effect. The turtles are coming out that have been, you know, inactive, brumating, and now they're coming out. Like the box turtles are coming out left and right, and they're mating and chasing each other around, and males are having their little dominance battles. It's cool. It's an awesome process to see every single year. And there's actually a pair of them mating right here. This is what they do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Tony out of his stock tank. He's right here. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm hoping that this is easier than I think it's gonna be. I can like see him moving. Right here is the structure. So if you keep these guys in a stock tank, you need to give them structure, otherwise they get kind of anxious. You can't give them just a bare stock tank. If you do that, they'll just climb out or find a way to try and get out. But you give something like this and he can hide under it. Right now you can see it's spring, so there's just pollen, there's this stuff, you know, everywhere. And he's underneath here, so I'm gonna use a little pokey stick, and we're gonna use this to ADHD box turtle. We're gonna use this to figure out where he's at. So I know he's right here, and we're looking for, oop, that was a set of logs. Okay, Tony is, yeah, he's right here. He's not liking being lifted, and there's the back of his shell. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that and set this up right here. Got him. Oh, there he is. There's the boy. All right, dude, I know you're mad. There he is. He does not know that he's about to go back into his pond. So I'm gonna go clean him up, get kind of a good look at him, because once he goes back in that pond, I'm probably not gonna have him in hand for a few months, so a long time. So let's get a good look at him, get some shots of him before we put him back in his pond. So yeah, I wanna carry him over here, and I really wanna get him cleaned up. You can tell he's been kind of underneath a lot of wood. There's a nice layer of like sand and muck on the bottom of that, and I wanna try and clean some of that off. He's not his usual bright yellow self because he's absorbed so much of that stuff. I'm gonna set him in this stock tank, and we're gonna give him a real quick cleanup with the hose. All right, I'm gonna rinse all of this off. He's gonna have a nice layer in that pond on that bottom. There's a nice layer of muck in the gravel. There's also some sand in there. And so he'll be able to kind of build up a layer of the beneficial bacteria that's in that pond, on his shell, on his skin. It's one thing that people don't really realize about aquatic turtles is how much they depend on beneficial bacteria on their skin and shell. Just gonna take this brush, get off some of that scum from that stock tank, get him cleaned up. He does have a small layer of algae on his shell, and that tannic water, you know, may cause some of this to die off. And really just trying to get really good looks at him before he goes into there, because that water is essentially, you know, that water right now is essentially black. So just trying to see him as best I can. Right here, this is the wound. So this is where he was shot, and I want to say like the slug was actually pushed out by his body right here, but I mean, you can see it's still slightly in the healing process, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, so before he goes in, taking a quick look at the pond, I did add a few extra logs. I wanted to kind of maybe add some to this end. He has plenty over in that corner. Man, right under there, it's like the deepest point, and he'll actually go underneath all of those logs. I mean, I've essentially built like a big cave for him. And it's deep there, but I wanted him to, if he wanted, sit in the shallow. So one of the things I wanted to try and do was start creating an area of logs where he could sit almost at the base of these falls and still be somewhat covered. And we're gonna be adding some plants. Seasonally, I'll add things like water hyacinth and stuff that helps filter. And we're gonna be planting some natural plants along the edges. Have some of these that are already growing back. So pretty stoked on that. Pond's looking good. I don't mind that it's a little bit dark. It is actually clearing up more than it was yesterday. So I think in a few weeks, I think we'll actually be able to see, you know, maybe all the way to the bottom in the shallow end, and then the deep end will probably stay pretty dark. Right, so let's get him in his pond. Look at that. You can see he's got really good weight. It's really, really healthy. So, always stoked to be able to see him out of the water, but I'm even happier when I'm able to put him back in. So let's go put him in a pond. I think the best spot is going to put him on the other side of this log right here in the shallow water. And there we go. He's back in. Straight to the deep end. Straight to where he always goes. All right, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, and we'll do some more stuff here in the backyard. Thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.